Mary Berry, Queen of Cake, is a national treasure, still going strong at 83 and never far away from a TV screen near you. Having bid farewell to Bake Off, she hasn't let the grass grow under her feet and, so far this year, has released a new cookbook with an accompanying TV show and is about to slip her judging boots back on with the new show, Britain's Best Cook, hosted by Claudia Winkleman. Mary's been married to Paul since 1966 and has 2 children and 6 grandchildren. They had another son, William, who tragically died in a car accident aged 19. She talks about her guilty pleasures, bizarre fan mail, and what she really thinks of her husband's cooking. You must eat a lot of cake.It is all about a balanced diet. I eat very little sugar except when it is in a cake or fruit bar. I have always said a small slice of cake is a wonderful treat. If I have had a really wonderful meal, but a bit too much, then the next day it is soup at lunch, salad at supper and exercise. Say you were to invite us over for dinner, hint, what would you treat us to? My first course would very likely be on a little plate with maybe a salad or a terrine. And then the main dish, I prepare ahead, so I simply need to reheat it or add something like cream or fried mushrooms. For the pudding, I do too, one luxurious one, and also some fresh fruit prepared without any sugar. You offer it, but no one wants it and we have it for breakfast the next day. Does your husband, Paul, ever try to help you with the cooking? Paul is wonderful. But him do the cooking? You must be joking. On the rare occasion I am not well, he will always make an omelette. And after 2 or 3 omelets, I am normally better.Do. You try your recipes out on your family first. All the recipes are tried out at home. My family tell me what they think. And yes, of course, I do take constructive criticism. The children might say, oh yuck, or someone may say, that takes too long to do, and those don't go in the book. If the Queen rang to invite you to cook for her, what would you serve? I have been to Buckingham Palace for lunch in the past. I know she loves things made from British ingredients. I would use something very much in season, something light. I think I would ask her first, because she must have some favorites that I don't know about, and I would do a twist on something she suggested. You're revisiting some great retro dishes in your new book, too.It is really wonderful to see a few of the neglected classics making a comeback. Prawn cocktail is such a great combination of ingredients and so easy to knock up for a starter. And Lemon Syllabub, it only uses 4 ingredients and is so straightforward to prepare. And for sheer decadence, there's nothing like a Banoffee Pie.Any food you cannot stand. I am not mad on desiccated coconut. It's not one of my things.Lindt chocolate balls. I like the white and red ones. What gadgets can't you live without? Colored spatulas. If you are trying to clean around a porridge pan, like I was this morning, a spatula goes right into the corner of a pan. Also, at my stage of life, I'm very keen on having a mixer and a processor because I do get a bit tired when chopping and beating. And a sharp knife. How has your cooking changed over the years? We don't have dripping now. I also think people now choose to have a vegetarian dish sometimes, and more fish is eaten. People are more aware of pulses and they use them in different ways. It is a balanced diet. What advice would you give your 18-year-old self? I would say there are times when you don't like what you are doing. But if you promise to do it, you must do it. And then there are brighter things ahead. What are the biggest life lessons you've learned? Always treat people as you would like to be treated yourself. When I'm judging, I like to give tips on how to do things better the next time. If it's really awful, I find something nice to say like, "It's a good texture," because people know when they haven't been successful. They don't need to have it rammed down their throats about how awful it is. What do you love most about what you do? Life is all about sharing. If we are good at something, let us pass it on, and that is the pleasure I get. I love it when somebody gives me a little envelope with a recipe for their granny's fruit cake. You think, how nice and generous is. We should all share. If the cooking and tele career hadn't worked out, what would you have done instead? Oh gosh, I definitely think I'd be teaching in some form or another. I think it would have to be on the subject of gardening. I absolutely love spending time in my garden and tending to the plants and trees. It's my big passion. Who would you swap places with for 24 hours? That's a tricky one, but I would have to go for the presenter of the RHS Chelsea Flower Show, somebody like Ellen Titchmarsh. They bring the subject to life, and it would be absolutely fascinating to learn more. I am also a huge admirer of Dame Judi Dench, but I would only swap with her if I had the knowledge of how to act. She is such a graceful lady and always smiling. Do you receive any bizarre fan mail? Oh, my goodness me! I get sent so much nowadays. I've even had marriage proposals in the past. I was recently sent a crocheted holder to lift a Christmas pudding out of a saucepan. How would you like to be remembered? That I inspired people to enjoy family cooking. I try to make it uncomplicated, and I like to choose recipes where they will say, "Ooh, can we have it again, Mum?"